I fully supported that.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, Bret had run his course and Bret was unhappy at the time. Bret was not happy where he was, and I don't know that anything really would have made him happy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Being in WWF, because I think that he felt that his worth was so much more elsewhere, and at the time the company was not in a financial state to say, okay, yeah, we can do this for you. And Vince tried. He really tried. But once he got into it, he realized, I can't sustain this, and I don't want Bret to hate me. And again, looking at it from the other side, and I'm speaking only, I'm not speaking for Bret's side or anybody else's side, but speaking from the experience of, I don't want Bret to be unhappy. If he really has this offer over there, I want him to go realize it. He deserves to make that money, and I'm not going to stand in his way. So Vince went back to him and was like, it was his intent to say, Bret, I'm not going to hold you to this. Go make your money. Go do it. Good luck to you. Love you. Thank you for everything. Let's part friends. But I need to get we need to do business here on the other side of that.
Right.
Before you get there. And Bret obviously didn't see it that way and didn't want to do the business the way it should have been done, in my opinion, on the biggest stage there at Survivor Series, to the guy that Vince wanted to have him do business too. It was like, it only made sense. So I think it was, we were pushed into a corner, had to do what you had to do. Yeah. Is it the most popular to those that don't have to make those decisions? No, because it's easy for people to sit back and go, oh, God, Bret gave everything to that company and they screwed him like that. They should have just let him, hand the belt back. What does that do for the business that he did help create? And hey, folks, catch him on WCW Nitro. So it just wasn't, it wasn't feasible for business reasons to just allow that to happen. And again, I support, what happened. I think it was the right business move. And I don't think, again, looking at it from a business perspective, and I'm not Bret, I'm not a Canadian hero, and I do take things personal, but I don't know that I would have let that define my entire career, because he had such a great career. He was the best of the best, and he had such a great career that, in my opinion, he should have utilized that and taken it and turned it into something positive for himself. Instead, I think in a lot of respects, he came off in a negative light to people. Not all people, but people that were in the corner. Hey, he got screwed. But to people years later, looking at the situation rationally, go, God, did he come off a little whiny? Mm-hmm. To Bret, no, because Bret let that define his career in a lot of respects. And my opinion, I just had so much respect for Bret and what he did. He was a great artist in the ring. Very few could touch him. Bret could take anybody and have a great match with him. Anybody. I'd even go so far as to say that Bret could even have a match with me and make it great. But it wouldn't be all Bret. And that was a talent that he had that nobody could touch. And he was great at that. So I always thought it was sad that one night, in many ways, defined his career. And I just wish, and maybe he has now. I certainly hope he has. I hope that he's put it behind him and moved on. It was a night. Can't take it back. Can't change it. So make the best of it, move on. Because I felt that same thing. I'll say the same thing about WCW as far as Bret. They should have taken that negative and turned it into a huge positive. They did for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But then once he got there, it was next.